So my name is Ebony and I'm a social needs navigator.
My name's Greg and I'm a social needs navigator.
As a navigator, how do you direct people to the right resources? What does that look like?
Well, our launch pad is Help1RVA.org, and what that does is that allows the general public to go there and self-navigate. They're given 10 categories. First, they put in their zip code, and they're allowed to look at things that they may need as resources.
That's great. It sounds really easy to do.
It's not a hard process at all, very easy.
How do you specifically, as a staff member, navigate people to those resources?
Lo primero que hacemos es establecer conexión con el cliente para asegurar que tienen los recursos que necesitan y si no, podemos encontrarlo y apoyar al cliente en obtener esos recursos.
Have you heard any success stories or things that have been really positive about the work that you do?
One in particular is I was in a restaurant a few months ago and the cook kept looking through the window of the kitchen staring at me. After a few minutes, it made me feel a little paranoid because I wasn't sure why he was doing that. But he finally came out of the kitchen, walked up to the table, and he said, "You don't know me, but about 3 months ago, you got me a bicycle. And I rode that bicycle up to the restaurant and I got hired." And that was very fulfilling.
So just by crossing paths, you take someone who may not know a certain opportunity or availability, either work or food or housing or things like that, and you make that connection.
So one of the things that I say is that by building that resiliency in people and empowering them to use the tools and the resources available, once we show them the tools that are available, they take it and run with it. And so that being able to see the fruits of that labor and that work researching up and coming opportunities, sharing that with the clients that we have, we can really see that feedback.
What are some misconceptions about the work that you do? And I know that people sometimes don't know a lot about Help1RVA, so what are some of those misconceptions?
Some of the ones that I see is that there is a feeling that we do a lot of diaper and bike giveaways, but we're so much more than that. I'm working with at least 3 families now that are living out of their cars in the Richmond area, mothers with children. We set up at 2 libraries 3 times a week, the East End Library and the Downtown Library. We're in the Richmond General District Court twice a week now at the eviction court. So when they walk out of the eviction court, the first thing they see is us. We do a lot of food pantries. So we're so many places that people don't realize we are.
It sounds like you all are out there. Do you know how many events that you all do?
I'd say somewhere around 20 a month that we're at collectively every week somewhere doing something with the community.
Of course, there's a lot of other partnerships that are working with Help1RVA and the Y as well to develop that community and those resources. But the Y is in there navigating and helping, being boots on the ground with people.
Help1RVA es un recurso para la comunidad. Nosotros estamos aquí para apoyar y elevar ese recurso. Nosotros estamos aquí para apoyar la autosuficiencia.
We're all about sustainability. We don't want to put a Band-Aid on anyone's problem and they're back in the same situation 30 days later. We have a new program called Family Strengthening where we're actually working with families for a year.
Thank you, Ebony and Greg, for having this discussion about Help1RVA. You all do such great work, and it needs to be heard in the YMCA with our community partners and just the general public out there. So thank you all for what you do. We appreciate you.